on to obituaries, brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Pre-need to at-need, funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975, over 50 years. Your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home provider is Curtis & Son Funeral Home, 256-245-4361, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Curtis & Son Funeral Home presenting obituaries each morning here on Daybreak Live. Robert Bob Byron Haston died November the 15th at the age of 90. There will be a burial at Mount Moriah Baptist Church Cemetery, located at 14553 Coosa County Road 29 in Weguffka. The family is in charge of that. Curtis & Son Funeral Home with the local arrangements. Coach Earl Lewis passed away on Sunday. Visitation for Coach Lewis will be Wednesday evening 5 till 8 at Curtis & Son North, with the funeral service on Thursday at 11 a.m. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Curtis & Son Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements. Betty Ann Simmons, age 88, of Pell City, died November the 16th. Celebration of Betty's life will be held Thursday, November the 20th at noon from Kilgrove Funeral Home in Pell City. Visitation beginning at 11, followed by the service at noon in the chapel. Interment in the Forest Crest Cemetery in Irondale. Kilgrove Funeral Home in Pell City in charge of the arrangements. Public viewing for Dorothy Ann Creighton Battle will be Wednesday, November the 19th from 1 until 7 o'clock at Community Funeral Home. Celebration of Dorothy's life will be Thursday, November 20th at noon from Tallahatchie Baptist Church. That's at 741 Calmugga Road in Childersburg. Burial in the Tallahatchie Baptist Church Cemetery, 1 Cemetery Lane in Childersburg. Community Funeral Home with the arrangements for Dorothy Ann Creighton Battle. Jerry Lee Lackey of Munford died November the 14th at the age of 80. A memorial service will be held in Mr. Lackey's honor at 10 a.m. November 23rd at his Answer Ministries Church of Munford. Mr. Lackey was a pastor at his Answer Ministries Church and graduate of Munford High School. Ursary Funeral Home in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. Sarah Webb Shaw. Visitation will be today from 11 until noon at Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga. Funeral service to follow at noon with Brother Brian Jones officiating. Graveside service to follow in Evergreen Cemetery in Sylacauga. That service is tomorrow, not today, November the 19th from 11 until noon at Radley Smith. The funeral service at noon with visitation from 11 till 12. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery, Radley Smith Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements. Eva Mae Fazell, age 90, of Munford, died November the 14th at her residence. Funeral service will be held at Ursary Funeral Home today at 2 p.m. with the Reverend David Lipscomb of Munford Church of God officiating. Burial in the Hillcrest Cemetery in Munford. Visitation is today at 1 p.m. May was born in Talladega on April the 19th, 1935. She was a dedicated member of the Munford Church of God. And the family wishes to extend their gratitude to Pastor David Lipscomb and the Munford Church of God for all their faithful love and support during this time. Ursary Funeral Home in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. Staff Sergeant John Jip Elders of Talladega died November the 14th at the age of 90. Family receiving friends today, 5 till 7 o'clock at the funeral home in Talladega. Funeral service will be at 11 o'clock Wednesday at Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega. Reverend Kevin Jones officiating. Interment in the Pine Hill Memorial Park. Jip was a native of Talladega, graduate Talladega High School and Nunley State Technical College. He honorably served and retired from the U.S. Army, where he was a veteran of the Korean War and the Vietnam conflict. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega, in charge of the funeral arrangements. These obituaries this morning brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Pre-need to at-need, funerals, burials, and cremation. Since 1975, your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home provider is Curtis & Son Funeral Home for 50 years.